Hello, my name is Zabian Nila, and this is my video presentation. To begin, the lecture topic that I would like to choose from this semester would be from the lectures in week 3. The first lecture video has a section that talks about criminalization of blackness. I believe that during this time, there was a large number of black citizens that were being incarcerated for crimes that were targeted at them. This was because in the lecture video by Professor Robles, it states, laws targeting African Americans increase arrest rates. During the 20th and 30th centuries, there was many black communities that were affected by this, as some had to live their fear of being targeted as well as still having to live their day-to-day lives. This topic was one that was very interesting to me because I've seen and went through racism in my life throughout school and work, and to see how African Americans had to endure this on a daily basis to the extent that they had to, it was really unsettling in a way I didn't imagine. The source that I would like to use that I feel related very closely to the criminalization of blackness from Lecture 3, Part 1, would be the movie titled The Green Mile. This movie was released in 1999 and is directed by Frank Darabont, which stars Tom Hanks. This movie is based in the 1930s, where a man by the name of John Coffey is racially profiled due to his looks as an African American and the way he talks. John Coffey is a gentle person with powers that are able to heal people and work miracles beyond imagination. Throughout the movie, there are moments where he has no intention and does not pursue any harm, but is still treated very poorly and called many racial slurs throughout the community. I believe that this source really relates to week 3 lecture topic that we learned in class because it shows just a small glimpse of what an African American citizen had to deal with just based on his appearance and the color of his skin. John is sitting in a cell while waiting on death row for his time to be executed, where an officer, played by Tom Hanks, sees the pure good in him that is shown by the powers of John Coffey. He then sets to help this man and wants to let him to escape, but John wants to choose death over living a time where people are being harmed and mistreated based on the racism that is going on during this time and by the people that showed him what true racism can be. Another statement from the Lecture 3 video by Professor Robles states, social scientists assert that black folk are unadmissible and criminal in the early 20th century. I believe that this movie plays a huge role in showing how these people were treated during this time, and how that last quote from the lecture video portrays in the film. After doing some reading from the readings provided in the lectures, I found a quote in The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander that states, "We use our criminal justice system to label people of color criminals and then engage in all the practices we supposedly left behind. Today, it is perfectly legal to discriminate against criminals in nearly all the ways that are once legal to discriminate against African Americans." I believe that this quote showing that during the 20th and 30th century, there were many people of power that were against people of color, and this has played a huge role in affecting the lives of many African citizens on their day-to-day lives. These people felt as targets due to the high number of arrests of African American citizens, and is something that many families endured during this time and had to live in fear. I believe that this statement from the novel also connects to the film because these prisons would treat the people of color very poorly and show true racism towards these inmates. And John, who was an innocent man in jail for a crime he didn't commit and was treated very poorly just based on the sight of him. The racial slurs and threats that he received was something that many African citizens during this time endured, and I believe that this is something that should have never happened. Considering everything that I've learned and covered from this class, I can use this in my career field as a nurse. This is so I can treat people as equal and allow for each and every person to have their same treatment no matter the looks or their race. A specific example of this is if there's a nurse that might not be treating a patient based on their racial beliefs, I know to step in their place to ensure that they will receive the best care that they can, because no matter who the person is or their race, they should be given the best absolute care. I believe that this class has taught me many valuable lessons, not only in life, but for to respect towards any person, no matter what. And I will continue to pursue these lessons I have learned through my career field to help as many people as possible. Thank you.